If you're the kind of shooter who buys gear to rely on when it matters most, not to hang on a safe shelf, then this series is for you. I'm Scoper 360, and over the next few segments, I'm breaking down 6 precision hunting rifles I've run hard in the field, carried deep into the backcountry, and trusted when a single shot had to count. I'll give you the nuts and bolts, materials, weight, accuracy, and real-world durability, along with straight-up impressions from long days on the trail and the price you can expect to pay. Which rifle balances weight, recoil, and dead-on accuracy best for a prepper, a backcountry hunter, or someone who wants a rifle that won't quit when everything else does? Stick around and listen close, because the answers might surprise. Savage 110 Carbon Predator has earned a spot on any list where weight, ruggedness, and repeatable accuracy matter. And it's the rifle I reach for when I need something that won't slow me down or betray me after a long slog. Objectively, Savage paired a stainless core with a carbon fiber wrap through a proof research partnership to produce a barrel that cuts a lot of weight while staying rigid and cooling faster than a traditional steel tube. The rifle I run is chambered in .308 Winchester with a 22-inch barrel, feeds from AICS pattern detachable magazines, and comes with an adjustable AccuFit stock and the firm's Accu trigger. In the field, that combination translates to a rifle that balances naturally for offhand work, shoulders comfortably for prone shots, and puts tight groups with off-the-shelf hunting loads. Subjectively, what sold me on the 110 Carbon Predator was how it kept performing after real abuse. Tripped in and out of brush, shoved into packs, and more than once kissed the dirt. The spiral fluted bolt and 3-position tang safety feel like features that were designed by someone who actually hunts hard. The bolt cycles cleanly, even when the rifle's covered in grit, and the safety is positive and silent when you need it to be. The AccuFit adjustments make switching layers, optics, or sling positions simple so you don't fight the rifle when the weather or your kit changes. For a buyer who wants reliability without a huge hit to carry weight, the Savage sits squarely in the sweet spot. Capable, affordable for what it offers, and forgiving in real-world use. At a street price around $1,700, it's not cheap, but it's a practical investment for anyone who expects their rifle to be a working tool rather than a display piece. If the Predator's blend of lightweight handling and proven accuracy checks the boxes for you, keep listening. Next, we'll look at a slimmer Superlite option that leans even harder into carry comfort without sacrificing practical accuracy. Next up is the Tikka T3X Superlite, and if you prize carrying comfort above everything else without surrendering real-world accuracy, this is the little rifle that earns its keep. Objectively, the Superlite is built around a fluted stainless barrel that resists corrosion and sheds ounces, a 2-lug bolt with a 70-degree lift for fast, glove-friendly cycling, and an adjustable trigger that breaks clean in the 2-4 pound range depending on your setup. My example is chambered in .308 Winchester with a 22.4-inch barrel. And in practical shooting sessions, it consistently produced sub-MOA groups with factory hunting loads. The synthetic stock has sensible texturing where you need it, a straightforward cheek weld, and a magazine system that feeds reliably. None of the fiddly magazine nonsense you sometimes see on lightweight hunting rigs. Weighing just over 6 pounds in the configuration I run, it carries like a carbine but shoots like a full-sized bolt gun. Subjectively, what makes the T3X Superlite a keeper is how it disappears on your shoulder during long glassing and stalking days. On multi-hour treks through brush and rain, the rifle never felt like dead weight, and the balance with a modest optic makes quick target acquisition natural when animals present short windows for a shot. The bolt action stays smooth even after hard use. I dragged mine across wet brush and packed it hard, and the action kept cycling without hiccups. The trigger, set at about 2.5 pounds for my hunting loads, is predictable and confidence-inspiring at ranges where real hunting happens, not just on a bench. At the price point, typically between $850 and $1,100 depending on configuration and current market, the Tikka delivers a remarkable combination of performance, durability, and value. If your priorities are mobility and practical accuracy for real hunting situations, the Superlite may be the single most useful rifle in your pack. Next, we'll shift up in capability and price to a rifle engineered to be absurdly light while still tolerating Magnum-level power. A choice for serious backcountry operators who demand the absolute maximum in carry efficiency. The Weatherby Mark V Backcountry 2.0 Carbon is the rifle you reach for when every ounce matters, but you refuse to compromise terminal performance or long-range stability, and it lives up to that promise in the field. Objectively, Weatherby built this around their stout Mark V action with a 9-lug bolt and a short 54 degrees throw for fast, smooth cycling under an optic, and paired it with a tensioned carbon fiber barrel wrapped around a 416R stainless core that keeps harmonics consistent while shaving weight. The Peak 44 Blacktooth carbon stock is legitimately featherlight and rigid. The rifle comes free-floated for repeatable accuracy off bags or sticks, and their 3D printed recoil pad, plus the included muzzle brake, make Magnum calibers manageable. In practical terms, the rifle I run in 280 Weatherby Magnum pushes hard, but stays shootable. And Weatherby also offers it in 6.5, Creedmoor, and other hunting staples, depending on what you need for range or game. At a quoted street price around $3,299, you're buying a purpose-built backcountry tool, not a budget hunting rig. Subjectively, this rifle changed how I think about hauling big calibers in rough country because it doesn't punish you on the trail. When you climb for days, every saved pound matters, and the Mark V carries like a dream without feeling fragile when you put it to work. I've glassed at dawn, crested ridgelines in driving wind, and put steady shots on game in marginal windows with this rifle zeroed and ready. It consistently grouped tight enough to build confidence at real-world hunting distances. The action cycle's crisp and positive even after mud and sweat, and the ergonomics stay natural when you're breathing hard at elevation. If your mission demands Magnum performance with minimal carry penalty, this is the rifle that bridges those worlds. Next, we'll move to an ultra-light titanium receiver rifle built specifically for high country stompers who refuse to sacrifice accuracy for weight savings. The Christensen Arms Ridgeline FFT Titanium. The Christensen Arms Ridgeline FFT Titanium is the rifle you reach for when elevation, endurance, and edge-of-the-map hunts are the daily currency, because it strips every unnecessary ounce while keeping the heart of a precision rifle intact. Objectively, Christensen built this around a titanium receiver to cut weight without sacrificing strength, paired it with a hand-lapped 416R stainless barrel wrapped in carbon for stiffness and thermal stability, and finished the package with a spiral fluted bolt and their flash-forged technology carbon fiber stock for a truly featherlight footprint. The action runs silky smooth. The barrel is threaded 5/8 x24 for brakes or suppressors, and the rifle routinely posts sub-MOA groups in real-world shooting with factory and handloads alike. In its bare-bones configuration, the Ridgeline FFT Titanium tips the scales in the mid to high 4s in pounds, making it one of the lightest production precision rifles you can reasonably carry into the high country. It's available in common hunting calibers like 308 Winchester, 6.5 Creedmoor, and Magnum options such as 300 PRC, depending on your mission. And street pricing typically sits around $3,000 depending on options and dealer stock. Subjectively, this rifle taught me that you don't have to trade accuracy for carryability. On long approaches above treeline where every step feels like math, the Ridgeline's low mass and balanced handling kept me fresher deeper into the day, and the recoil characteristics combined with a titanium receiver and carbon stock meant follow-up shots didn't beat me into submission. The bolt cycling stays positive even when the rifle's been rubbed with pine pitch or shaken by a rough ride, and the overall fit and finish scream precision without being precious. If you plan hunts where miles and altitude are the deciding factors, and you still demand sub-MOA performance when it matters, this rifle is built for that exact compromise. At about $3,000 it's not cheap, but when the alternative is leaving accuracy at camp to shave pounds off your pack, the Ridgeline's engineering makes the price easy to justify. Next up in the lineup is a rifle that blends modern geometry and practical durability for long hauls and hard conditions. The Bergara Premier Canyon. So stay with me and I'll break down why that one earns a spot in this 6-rifle collection. The Bergara Premier Canyon is the rifle you reach for when you want a thoughtful blend of durability, repeatable accuracy, and backcountry practicality without paying boutique prices. And it proved itself for me on long approaches and in lousy weather. Objectively, Bergara built the Canyon around their premier 2-lug action with a floating bolt head, cone-shaped bolt nose, and a spring-loaded sliding plate extractor that combined for consistent lockup and reliable ejection even after the rifle has been knocked around in a pack. The number 4 contour stainless barrel is fluted for reduced weight and quicker cooling, comes in sensible lengths depending on your caliber choice, and is threaded 5/8 24 so you can fit a brake or suppressor when stealth or recoil management matters. The AG Composites carbon fiber stock keeps weight down while maintaining rigidity and zero retention across temperature swings, and the factory TriggerTech frictionless release trigger breaks cleanly with minimal over travel. Mine is set up in a stout caliber like .300 PRC for one-shot terminal performance on big game, but the platform is offered in 6.5 Creedmoor, .308 Winchester, and others if you prefer flatter shooting or lighter recoiling options. In my hands, the Canyon consistently produced tight groups from field rests and steady offhand shots, and the supplied muzzle brake and decelerator-style recoil pad make shooting larger calibers far more manageable. Street pricing typically sits between $2,300 and $2,500 depending on configuration and dealer availability. Subjectively, what I respect about the Canyon is how it handles the ugly parts of real hunting, mud, rain, long hikes, and imperfect shooting windows. It never felt like a fragile precision toy, and the controls are intuitive when you're tired or cold. The ergonomics translate to a natural cheek weld and confident shot execution. And after a season of use, I liked that it kept holding zero and feeding cleanly. If you want a precision hunting rifle that leans practical over pretentious, the Bergara Premier Canyon should be high on your short list. Next up, I'll wrap this series with a rifle that brought modularity and long-range competitiveness into the mix. The Ruger Precision Rifle, so stay with me for the final review. Next up is the Ruger Precision Rifle, a platform that brought true modular, long-range capability to the masses and honestly deserves a spot in any pragmatic shooter's toolkit who wants a rifle that's both configurable and ready to work. Objectively, the RPR is built around a user-friendly chassis with adjustable length of pull and comb height, a free-floated button-rifled barrel in common hunting and long-range calibers like 6.5 Creedmoor and .308 Winchester, and a 3-lug bolt that locks up securely while still cycling smoothly. The rifle accepts detachable box magazines, sports an adjustable folding stock on many variants, and offers plenty of aftermarket support so you can tune ergonomics, triggers, and barrels to your mission. In testing, it will deliver consistent sub-MOA results with good ammo when set up and maintained, and its heaviness in some configs is balanced by predictable recoil and excellent repeatability for follow-up shots. Subjectively, What I appreciate about the Ruger Precision Rifle is how it bridges the gap between a purpose-built long-range rifle and a practical hunting rig. It doesn't pretend to be the lightest option in the pack, but it gives you a platform that adapts, change the barrel, change the stock, drop in a better trigger, and you've effectively customized a rifle to the way you hunt or shoot. On the trail, it feels purposeful rather than precious. It can be packed into a remote camp, zeroed, and trusted to hold groups across varied conditions without special treatment. For shooters who value modularity, upgrade path, and proven performance at a reasonable price for what you get, the RPR is a smart choice. Street prices vary with caliber and configuration, but expect most standard models to fall in the neighborhood of $2,000, give or take depending on options and dealer stock.